What is up, guys, and welcome to episode number 1 of the San Jose Sharks NHL 24 1991 franchise mode. So, of course, the Sharks did come into the league in the 75th anniversary of the NHL, 1991-92. But we played things a little bit earlier here as we could take a look at the divisions right now. So, of course, the Smythe Division: Kings, Flames, Jets, Sharks, Oilers, Canucks, Norris, Tampa Bay, Chicago. So Tampa Bay and Ottawa were also added, and they came in 1993. So it's Tampa Bay, Chicago, Detroit, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Toronto in the Prince of Wales Conference in the Adams Division. Buffalo, Montreal, Ottawa, Quebec, Boston, Hartford, and in the Patrick, Washington, New York, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, the Islanders, and the Flyers. So I made the Lightning and Senators, I made them comprise a bunch of overseas players. So they're 60 overall teams. They should get 8 to 10 wins a season for their first few years. But we are an actual expansion team filled of okay players. So take a look at our lines. I'll explain the backstory behind some of these picks. So Vladimir Krutov, nicknamed the Russian Tank, was a free agent. I just picked him up, played for the Canucks in 89-90. Igor Larionov, one of the OG members of the Sharks. And then Tony Hand. Low franchise potential. How come? It's actually interesting. Glenn Sather drafted this guy, 12th round. He is the nickname, the British Wayne Gretzky. He played in the British League, but was actually from Scotland. And they said only one other player could pass the puck who had better IQ or had better vision than him, and it was Wayne Gretzky. So his thing was he very much impressed in the late 80s at Oilers training camp, but got very homesick and decided to never come back. So our other players, Lawton, Kissio, Pavlich, we made a trade for Ty Domi, Garpenlov, and Stepan Matteau. And then we have an absolute grinder of a line here. Tony Twist, Chris Nyland, and Jeff Odgers. On defense, Doug Wilson, a Hall of Fame defenseman. What a specialty player he was in the 80s. But he's now the captain of this new Sharks team. Slava Fetisov, Neil Wilkinson, Rod Langway, the Secretary of Defense, Rob Zettler, and Jason Moore. And in net, the greatest goalie of all time to never play in an NHL game, they said, Vladislav Tretiak. 38 years old, probably going to be only on this team for 2, maybe 3 years. Backing him up is Brian Hayward. And in the AHL, our only main guy is Archer Turbe. So there it is. So here we go. The first game ever in the history of the San Jose Sharks, this 1991 franchise. Here we go. Here we go, the first game in Sharks history, 1-1 after 1. Tony Hand with his first in the NHL, and Ranheim scoring 2-2. We are tied. Moore and Macoun 6-2. We get absolutely thumped in the third. Tretiak with a bad start to his NHL career. And we are 0-1 now playing the Oilers in Edmonton, 2 Alberta teams for 3 straight at home. 3-1 we lead. Hand, Domi, and Wilson. 3-2. Oh, no. 4-4 we are tied. We found a way to choke it. Lawton ties it up with under 3 minutes left. Oilers, Sharks, overtime. Here we go. Here we are. Overtime in Edmonton. Sharks, Oilers, OT. Messier against Larionov on the draw, and we are underway. Face-off is won back by San Jose. Here's Doug Wilson moving it up. Tony Hand, he waits, he looks. Larionov! What was that? And now you might have an odd man rush the other way for Edmonton. Tikkanen against Wilson. What a play by Dougie Wilson. Oh my goodness, Messier's in. What a save, Tretiak. Wilson gets it. He looks up. Larionov waits to the middle. It goes. Tony Hand's gone. What on earth? I keep forgetting that this is 24 and not, any other game ever. So when I press R3, all I get is a reverse hit. Give the one-hand tuck so special. Face off. One back again by San Jose. Hand's gonna get the puck. Tony, Hand scores! It goes off of Messier and in. It's his second of the night. Hand, the winner. The Sharks beat the Oilers in overtime. Hand with 3 goals, no assists in his first 2 NHL games. 3 straight in the Cal Palace in San Jose. Here we go against the Canucks. Our first home game ever. Game over. Okay. That was fun, right, guys? Guys are good at being bad. 1-2 to start our franchise's history. Now we will play the Winnipeg Jets and then the Calgary Flames. They are 1-1. We are 1-2. Here we go. 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, overtime, Sharks, Jets. Here we go. Here we are in San Jose. Overtime, old check against Larionov on the draw, and OT's underway. Face off, one back by Winnipeg. Bill Housley, Teddy Olczyk. Olczyk over, what a play there. Larionov with Tony Hand. Larionov in Hand. They move up. Hand, what a save. And that one's kicked back out. Wilson to keep. Back down low. Tony Hand waits, looks. Oh my God, what was that? Good back check, good back check. No. 3-0 score. El Nuke. 3-2. Winnipeg wins in overtime. Damn it! Sucky loss to the Winnipeg Jets. We now move to 1-2-1. Flames, Oilers. Here we go. And then the Islanders. See how we do in these next 3. 1 at home, 2 on the road. Game over. 5-1 loss. It's pathetic so far. Wilson leads the team with 6 points in the first 5 games. As now we'll play the Oilers again. 1-1. Still 1-1. Overtime, Edmonton once again. Oilers, Sharks, OT. Here we go. Here we are in Edmonton. Overtime, Oilers, Sharks. Here we go. Face off to start off overtime. Is one back by the Oilers. Kevin Lowe. He waits. He moves around. Now it's Esatikinen. He is wrecked by Doug Wilson. Here's Tony Hand. Hand waits. He's got one guy to beat. Hand's going to go right by him. Tony Hand scores! What a move, what a goal. His second overtime winner of the year against the same team he did it before. Sharks beat the Oilers again in overtime. San Jose 2-3-1 through their first 6. Now against the Islanders. 1-0, it's Langway. Game over. A 4-3 win. He almost found a way to choke that one. We get it done there against the Isles. Now we play the Jets and the Blues. And then Chicago. Here we go. 3-1, we're down. 4-1. 5-3 loss there to Winnipeg. St. Louis and Chicago on the 18th and 20th of October. See how these 2 games go. Hand with 8 points in 8 games. 3-1, we're down. 4-3, we came back. Overtime in San Jose. Blues, Sharks, overtime. Here we go. Here we are. Blues, Sharks, overtime at the Cow Palace. Let's do it. Here we go, boys. Need another goal. Oates and Hull. This shouldn't be fun to play them, but see how this goes. Mariano gets hit off the puck. Doug Wilson trying to stay with it. He won't. Hull gets there first. Great job by Tony Hand, but Hull gets it back. Hull, here he goes. Mad dash right through the neutral zone. Here's Hull. Good job there. That's such a bad pass. Oates, big save. Battle. No. What a save there by Tretiak on Hull. Stevens, his shot, big save. Hand, here goes Tony Hand with Lariana. Hand, Lariana scores! What a move, what a goal for the Professor. Lariana with the overtime winner. Come on. 4-4-1, game number 10 before we get the calendar simming against the Blackhawks. Here we go, boys. 1-0, it's Graham. 1-1, we're tied. 3-1, it's over. We go 4-5-1 through our first 10 games as a franchise. To begin our life in San Jose, we will play the Canucks and Penguins. 4-0 loss there. We get shut out by Vancouver. We will now play Pittsburgh. We'll actually slow sim this one before playing Quebec and Winnipeg to end the month. There's a 4-2 win. Didn't mean to sim that. Now against the Nordiques. 1-0, it's Hugh. 3-0, Sakic and Dorr. It is a shutout loss there against the Nordiques as we will play the Jets now to end the month. There's a 3-2 win and a 7-3 loss. We are now 6-8-1 against the 6-7 Winnipeg Jets. 1-0, it's Tony Hand. 2-1, Hand again. 4-2, we get a win. Come on. Good way to end the calendar month there. 7-8-1 to start our life as a franchise. We will play the North Stars, Kings, Devils, and then Bruins and Blues after that against the Minnesota North Stars. 1-1, we're tied. Madonna in hand, and this game is not over yet. We're tied. North Stars, Sharks, overtime. Here we go. Here we are in San Jose. Overtime between the North Stars and the Sharks at the Cow Palace. Madonna against Larionov on the draw. Overtime underway. Face up. Here's one back by San Jose. Here's Igor Larionov. Larionov with room. Larionov to Hand. No! Should have taken it. Should have taken it in. Madonna spins back. Here's Brian Bellows. Bellows to Nordy. Save. He takes a fall there. Tenorti. He waits. He moves around. Good move there. Wide open Bellows. What a save. Here's Tony Hand. He's gone. Hand, can he do it for a third time? What a save. Hand gets it back. He waits. Kicks it along the boards. Oh, no. Bad play there. Bellows, he waits. He looks up, and Tenorti's gone. Tenorti scores. Mark Tenorti, overtime winner. The North Stars win it in overtime. It's a sad, lifeless, pathetic little loss there against the Stars. There is a 6-5 shootout loss against Edmonton and a 3-1 loss to the Sabres, because now we will play the LA Kings. Wayne Gretzky, 2-1. 3-1, we lose. Gretzky, Curry, of course, the duo. Defeating us in that one is now we move to 8-11-3. Now against the New Jersey Devils in New Jersey. Here we go. 1-1. 3-3, we're tied. 4-3, we got to win. Krutov in the third. Power us over with a 1-goal win right there. We will play the Bruins and Blues right after the Thanksgiving break. 5-1 win, 3-2 loss, and a 5-2 loss. Now against Boston. They're 10 and 10 flat. 4-1. 5-4. Oh my God, what a period. And what a win. Pavlich with 2. 5-4. They storm all the way back to get a win. The Blues to end the month. Here we go. 2-0. Quinn and Brindamore. 3-0. It's Hull. Shutout there. Now we head into the December month of 1990. 25 points, 11, 14, and 3. Should be a pretty much a cakewalk. We play 4 straight: Toronto, Detroit, Hartford, and LA. As there's 3 straight wins. 4 straight. Oh my goodness. Now against the Leafs. 1-0. It's Kissio. 1-1. 4-1 loss there against Toronto's. We now fall back to 500. The Canucks with 6 points less than us. Now against the Red Wings. Here we go. 2-1 we lead. Still 2-1. 2-2. Yzerberg ties it up. Sharks, Red Wings, overtime. Here we go. Here we are in San Jose. Red Wings, Sharks, overtime is underway. Face-off, one back by Detroit. Vladimir Konstantinov moves it up. He gets hit there by Larionov. Wilson up ahead now to Tony Hand. Maybe a 2-on-1. Maybe Hand beats him. Oh, come on. Here's Fedorov. Konstantinov, the Vladinator. He waits. He spins back. Over now to Fedorov, offsides. 3:30 left in overtime here at the Cow Palace in San Jose. Frobert and Carson out there for Detroit. The faceoff is now one back by San Jose. Wilson sucks so bad. Oh my God, Tony, do not miss it. Hand looks. Larionov now, one-on-one. Larionov, Tony Hand! Oh my goodness. Back it goes. Larionov, hands out in front. Carson the steal. Here goes Jimmy Carson, now to Probert. Oh, he walks right by Zombo. Oh my God! He hit crossbar, post, out it stays. What a bad giveaway that was. Here's Wilson. Wilson looks. Here's Krutov with Kissio. Krutov saves Shovelday. Big face-off here. Face-off, one back by Detroit. Zombo, who had the best chance of the night so far. Fedorov to Yzerman. Game. Stevie Yzerman. 3-2 overtime winner. Tough loss there for the Sharks. Not doing great in overtime as of late. We find ourselves 5th out of 6th in the Smythe Division. Now against the Gretzky-led Kings. 2-0, 4-2, 4-4 overtime. We tie it up late in the third. Why did I sim that? I don't know. Overtime. Or shootout at this point, maybe. Here we go. Shootout. It's Wayne Gretzky against Tretiak. Oh my goodness, what a goal. I need to change that camera angle. Holy crap. Where? I don't even know where it would be. What? Shootout camera classic. There we go. Here it is. We are down one in the shootout already. Tretiak lets in a softie. Here is Tony Hand. He moves in, stops, waits. Save made. Oh my goodness. He tried slowing it down. Robitaille against Tretiak. Scores. Luke Robitaille. Unbelievable. To stay alive, it's Doug Wilson. Wilson walks in. Slap shot. Just embarrassed yourself there. Hand had the best look. Wilson tried the iconic, terrible garbage move there. Hartford, not expecting to win here. I mean, they're the second best in their division, 1-1. Game over. Okay, 4-2 loss. You're good at being bad. There's another loss. We are floundering. 35 points, tied for fourth in the division. We will play the Islanders and Leafs to end off the calendar month. 6-4 loss as now we move into last. Against the Islanders now on the island. Here we go. 2-1, 4-2, 5-2. We fall there to the Islanders. We play back-to-back at home against Toronto. We will sim up to the final game of the calendar year 1990. 6-2 loss. Here we go on New Year's Eve against the Leafs in San Jose. 1-0, 2-0, 2-0. Game over. Happy New Year. We'll open it up against Philadelphia. 1990 over. 1991 has just begun. We'll play the Flyers and then 3 straight. Hartford, New York, and Quebec. Game over. Okay. 5-1 loss there. We are now getting absolutely slapped, kicked, absolutely mauled around. This game is an 80-game season right now. So right now, Tony Hand is on pace for around like 80-ish points. Great rookie year from the kid. Really liking what I'm seeing. 18 goals, 22 assists. Minus 11 too. Larionov, Krutov, Kissio, Wilson. There are other good players. Not bad years from any of them, but we're a bad team. What do you expect? Tretiak actually holding his own. I mean, in this era, like anything over an 895 is considered pretty okay. The Vezina voting right now, you see Glenn Healy leading it for the Islanders. So we are 15, 21, and 5 as we actually do own the Winnipeg Jets pick. So it would be really, really good if the Canucks could catch up to them. Right now, we are the 6th worst team in hockey. Of course, Tampa and Ottawa, who don't even deserve those picks, really, are sitting there at the bottom 2 in the league. But it's very close other than those two teams. Not expecting anyone to jump off and go on a crazy win streak. Not expecting anyone to lose an insane amount of games. It is based on conference if you do make the playoffs. So right now, the Jets are in that last spot. So, again, not good. Need either the Leafs or the Canucks to catch up. In the East, Quebec absolutely dominating. They're the second best team in the league, right behind the Flames. Top 5 in the league right now, Calgary, Quebec, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Montreal, Edmonton, Hartford, Buffalo, Los Angeles, and New Jersey rounding out the top 10. As we will continue to simulate here, being bad. It's really, really probably the best case scenario for us right now. Then we play the Blues, 3-0 loss. Again, Winnipeg has 2 games in hand on Vancouver. I need Vancouver to start winning. This game's over already, 4-2 loss. Wilson with 2, not even close to enough. As we are just absolutely terrible. Now against the Rangers in the Garden for, I think, the first time. Here we go. So we play them 3 times in the next month. 4-2, 6-2 we lose, of course. We haven't won a game in God knows how long on at least a 5-game win streak. Actually, let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12-game losing streak right now. Can we end it against one of the best teams in the league? Probably not, but I guess we'll try. Against the Nordiques there. Right now, nearing win number 30. 1-0 against Nyland, and we're going to get a win. 4-1 against one of the most unlikeliest of opponents, the Nordiques. How do we beat them? Who knows? We'll play the North Stars there. 7-2 loss. Nah, you know what, Doug? Who cares about you, honestly? You could get traded. 4-3 loss there. We even lose to the Senators. This is getting funny. Now against the North Stars. 3-1, sick. 5-3, 5-4 we lose. Almost came back. Hand and Krutov with 2 each. As right now, we are 48 games in, 16, 27, and 5. So I think I forgot to mention that every draft class for the next 4 years has the real-life players in them. So it is the sweepstakes of one of the greatest prospects ever seen, Eric Lindros, on pace for probably like an 130-point year there in the OHL. Forsberg, Niedermeyer, LeChance, Falloon, Ward, Kovalev, Halfie, Naslund, and Whitney all behind him. Round out the top 10 prospects. We will get back to calendar simming here in the 1991 NHL season. All right, guys, we'll continue to simulate here. We're going to go up against the Devils before playing the final 2 games of the month against Philadelphia and the Rangers. Here we go. First period, 1-0. It's Stastny. 2-1, 1-goal game. There's the 4-1 loss you've been looking for. Sick, guys. You know, you have a chance in that third period, and you just find a way to never come through. Like Boston and Calgary here as the third worst team in the league. I can't with the... Yeah, no. I'm turning these morale meetings off. Yeah, no, I'm not... He's not coming back, by the way. So... Yeah, good. Morale went up. Yeah, morale meetings off. Don't even bother trying to talk to me anymore. Where is this loser? Morale meetings off. There we go. Okay. We'll continue to simulate here as we lose in a shootout there against Calgary, as now we will play the Flyers. They are 500. Way better than us. 4-1, we're down. 5-3, 2-goal game. All right. Always a chance to come back, and you just never do. That's just the funny part, is now we play the Rangers. To end off the month of January. Here we go. We are 16, 30, and 6. 2-0 Leach and Nemchinov. Game over. Okay. Why bother? Don't even show up to the rink next time. Right, guys? You're bad at being good. Calgary and Pittsburgh expecting 2 losses here. 5-4 shootout loss. And a 5-0 loss as now we will play the Red Wings in Detroit in the Motor City. Here we go. Right now, we are still terrible. 1-0 it's Fedek. 2-1, 1-goal game. Okay. Like, I don't get it. You need to win 1 game, right? Like, the Lightning have to be almost a free win. It really should be a free win. 6-3 loss, 2-1 win. You get back-to-back wins, and now we play the Canadiens. 18, 34, and 8. 0-0. 3-2, we lead. 6-5, we get a win. Kelly Kissio with a hat trick there against Montreal to give us the win. A slugfest there. But hey, we won 3 of our last 4. Not that bad. We'll play the Islanders. You know, we'll play the next 4 games all before the trade deadline. Islanders, not a bad team. 2-0 we lead. Oh my God. Up 2-0, and then somehow everything falls to crap. I just don't get how you can be that incompetent. 3 days in between games now. We play the Capitals. They're just over 500. Should be a tight game, but then again, we're terrible. Oh, come on. Overtime in Washington, D.C. Capitals, Sharks, overtime. Here we go. Here we are at Capital One Arena. Overtime between the Capitals and the Sharks is underway. Face off won back by San Jose. Here's Wilson. What are you doing? What are you doing? Good save. Here goes Tony Hand. He's hit off the puck. Cicerelli stays with it. Here's Hatcher. Hatcher, he waits. He moves over. Cicerelli now looks. He's shot. Big save by Tretiak. Here goes Tony Hand. Hand with a full head of steam. Hand goes in. Hand! What a save. He's going to stay with it. Tony Hand loses it, gets it back. Hand, waits, shoots. Save, it goes out of play. Krutov, Kissio, and Fetisov out there for San Jose. Looking to win this one in overtime. Face off, one back by the Sharks. Here goes Krutov over Kissio, shot up high, nothing. Fetisov from an angle rebound. Oh no. Oh no. Ridley might be gone. What a play by Fetisov. Come on. Krutov hits him. Here's Kristich over. Hatcher's in. What a save. Come on. 45 seconds to go. Here goes Krutov. Krutov, he can't stay with it. Here's Hatcher. One-on-one. Good move. Kristich, another big save. Here's Hand. Tony Hand looks. Larry Arnold's gone. He's home. He's gone. It's a hat trick for Igor Larionov, the professor. The Sharks beat the Capitals in overtime.
I've spent a good few years just thinking.
Good win there. We will play the final game before the deadline against the LA Kings. There's a 5-2 win against Winnipeg. Now we play the Kings. They're a great team with Gretzky. 1-0 against Karpenlov. 2-1. We're down. Go. Okay. Suckity suck. Unbelievable stuff from San Jose. 15 games to go. We will sim up to the trade deadline on the 2nd of the month. We are sellers, no doubt about it. We will enter the deadline right now, trying to make a trade. I would love to see what teams would give up for Doug Wilson and or Kelly Kissio. Let's try and find a trade for Kissio first. Detroit is the only team who wants him. Who is York? It's actually not a bad player. Can I get him to throw in Drake? They say no. Okay. They say yes to that. We get York 2 seconds and Dallas Drake for Kelly Kissio. Find a trade here. New Jersey's the only team that wants him. At that point, you might as well just keep him. I like that trade a little bit for us, as now I really hope. Okay, to Montreal. Steen and Sykes for John Leclerc and Belanger. Wow. Norton to Minnesota for a second and a third. Trevor Kidd to Washington with a second. For Dale Hunter to Calgary. Flatley from the Islanders to the Canadiens for Craig Conroy. Oh my goodness. Isles selling a lot of big pieces off. So we move right past the trade deadline there. I mean, at this point, I guess you can keep the lines like this. I don't want to go like that. I would like to sign Dallas Drake to his entry level, maybe get him throwing him in to the lineup. We'll see if we could do that. Unsigned. There he is. We could put him like on the bottom 6. So it really isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, obviously, the team we're rolling out is just pure garbage. No, nothing more to say about it. Terrible team, terrible players. What do you really expect? York can go down. I'll call up Drake. We'll edit the NHL lines. Need to put someone in. Wilkinson's going in. There we go. And then we'll go Drake for Bruce. Drake's a right winger. Put him in there. I don't want to put him in for Nyland. All right, guys. Here we are after the deadline. All the lines are set. Is now we'll play the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have 6 wins all year. Are you kidding? Guys, that's when it gets like really embarrassing. You play them again. If we lose, conversations need to be had in the locker room about like actually how bad this team really is. Because that's just embarrassing, losing to them. You can't lose them twice. All right, 4-1 win, 4-3 shootout loss, 4-2 loss, 5-4 win. Now we will play the Whalers. 3-0. Yeah, this game's over. 5-2 loss. Sick. Right now, our record in 1991 sits at 23-39-9 through 71 games. 9 games to go. We will sim up to... Where should we play up to? We'll sim up to this one against Chicago and then sim every game to end the year. Doing the whole season this time. 7-4 loss, 5-3 win, 6-0 shutout loss. 1 win away from 25. Now against Chicago, 3-1, 5-2. It's over. A 6-4 win to get us win number 25. Here in the 1991 season, we are 25-41-9. Play Detroit, Chicago again, and then LA after a week's break. 5 games to go against the Red Wings. 1-0. It's Crossman. 2-0. It's Burr. 2-2. We tied it up. Overtime in the Motor City of Detroit. Red Wings, Sharks, OT. Here we go. Here we are in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. Larionov against Yzerman on the draw. Overtime underway. Face off one back by San Jose. Good hit there by Steve Yzerman. Hand stays with it. Hand waits. Good play by Steve Yzerman, the captain of this team. Oh no, goes up. Here's Fedorov. Fedorov, he waits. You're so soft for calling that one. You're so weak. Oh my God. What are we doing? Nyland out there with Moore and Fetisov. Kissio, our former player, on the ice for the Red Wings. Forecheck. Knuckles Nyland in on the forecheck. Here's Primo. Primo waits. He moves up. Primo over. Crossman. Kissio. Crossman. Primo. They never got a shot up. Crossman scores. Top of the slot. Top of the circle. 3-2. The Red Wings ready in overtime. Final game of the month of March here in 1991 against the Chicago Blackhawks. They are closing in on win number 50. Can they get it tonight? 3-3. You know, we choke it. You come back to tie it up. Blackhawks, Sharks, overtime. Here we go. Here we are at the Cow Palace in San Jose. Overtime for back-to-back games. Roenick against Larionov on the draw. Overtime underway. Face up, one back by Chicago. Chris Chelios, he waits, he moves it up. Dumps it over. Wilson, the former Blackhawk. What a terrible play. What a save, Tretiak, though. Hand looks up. Larionov against Chelios. He's wrecked. Goulet to go get it. Goulet, good play by hand. Right from Larionov. What a save. Chelios again. He waits. He moves it up. Roenick. Great job by Doug Wilson. Wilson, he waits. 2-on-1 with hand. Wilson back door. No. Goulet, he waits. He spins back. Steal. Tony Hand. What a save. We got another big save. Belfour robs him. Oh, my goodness. Hand had two beautiful chances of a horrific giveaway by Chicago. And this game is still tied no T. Another face-off, this time to the right of Eddie Belfour, and it's one back by San Jose. Here's Hand. He waits. He's hit. Never even got a shot off. Roenick. Great job by Larionov, but he gives it right back, and there goes Goulet. Goulet's in. What a save, Tretiak. Here's Goulet. Poked away. Roenick. Chelly. What a save. Roenick, good job. Here goes Tony Hand. Hand waits. He looks up. Here goes Dougie Wilson. Wilson waits. Looks. Backdoor. Larionov is blocked, and here they go the other way. Oh, Hand is slow to get up. It's Creighton with no one back. Save. Oh, my goodness. Wilson gets nailed. Wide open is Steve Thomas. Here's Manson. Poked away. It's a front race. Hand. Wilson. He gets there first. Wilson gets freaking fondled. Manson, great hit by Lawton. Thomas, Creighton, save Tretiak. Thomas looks around, poked away. We are going to a shootout in San Jose. First shooter for Chicago. It's Michel Goulet. Save Tretiak. Here comes Mark Pavlich. In on Belfour. Scores! He got blown to the glove side. Mark Pavlich. 1-0 San Jose in the shootout. Steve Larmer scores. 40 goal scorer Steve Larmer roofs one on the backhand side. We're tied in San Jose. Here comes Tony Hand. Save Belfour. That was a horrific attempt. A Scottish wonder. Here comes JR. Didn't even get it off. San Jose to win it in the shootout. Here comes Wilson. He waits. He moves. Stops. Looks. Scores! He roots it over the blocker, and the Sharks beat the Blackhawks in overtime in the shootout. A big win there. 3 games to go. 78, 79, and 80. You got LA, Washington, and Chicago again. That was our final home game. You get a win. 3 straight on the road to end it off for San Jose. 0-0. Still near nothing. It's a 2-0 win. 64 points for the Sharks. You got Washington and Chicago. 80 and 81. Or not 81, 79 and 80. 1-1, we're tied. 2-1, it's Pavlich. It's a 5-3 loss. Somehow you choke that, giving up 4 in the third. Just straight up pathetic. Game 80, we are 27, 42, and 10. Final game of the year against the 50-win Blackhawks. Here we go. Game over. We lose. 4-2. We fall. Our record at the end of our inaugural season, 27, 43, and 10. 64 points. Our leading point getter, Igor Larionov, with 74 points. Number 2 on this team. Tony Hand also with 74. A great rookie year. Krutov with 60. Wilson just misses 50. and you had, what, 7 players over 40, and then everyone else was hot garbage. My goodness, it sucks. Goalies, Tretiak, Hayward, pathetic. All skaters. The leading point getter in the 1991 season, C.V. Yzerman. 1 game to go, 124, 122. A lot of players over 100. Of course, a much higher scoring time than Norris will probably go to. Brian Leach, 1 point away from 100 with 1 game to go. Goalies will go minimum 40 games. The Vezina, it will be Vincent Redino. Should go to Mike Verdon for wins, maybe. I don't even know. Yeah, we'll go back to all skaters. The Rocket to Stevie Yzerman. So that's the season. We finished as the worst team in the Smythe division. 6 out of 6. Top 10 teams: Chicago, New York, Calgary, Pittsburgh, Quebec, LA, Buffalo, Toronto, St. Louis, and the Red Wings. Here are the rest of your league standings this season. As we do miss, as right now we have the 3rd and 4th best odds at getting the number 1 pick and the rights to Eric Lindros. Again, one of the greatest prospects the league has ever seen. So we will now get to see the playoff matchups here in the 1990-91 season. So the regular season, of course, has come to an end. All 80 games for every team has been completed in the West. Chicago and Vancouver, Detroit and Toronto, Calgary and Edmonton, and LA and St. Louis in the East. New York and Hartford, Rangers, Whalers, Sabres, Canadiens, Penguins, Bruins, Nordiques, Islanders. We will get you simming to the middle of June to see who wins the 1991 Stanley Cup. Of course, the Oilers won it in 1990. In real life, this is the start of the Penguin dynasty. Let's see if that holds true here in 1991 as your Stanley Cup champions. The first year of this franchise mode are the New York Rangers as the Hartford Wolfpack, their AHL affiliate, get the Calder Cup in the first overall pick in the 1991 NHL draft. Belongs to the Minnesota North Stars. We are going to do everything in our power to try and trade up for that number 1 pick. That one will come at you next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 1 of this Sharks Rebuild. See you guys next time. Peace out. Let's go, Sharks. See you later, guys.